So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mels Gaming here with another incredibly special and exciting The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now, I have literally been on Call of the Wild all night, whether awake or asleep, because again, I am still sick and you may be able to hear that in my voice a little bit. And there were a couple of times where I fell asleep while grinding foxes. So, early hours of this morning, I decided to come back out to the pheasant grind, and this guy showed up. A 10 Fabled Pheasant. This is the second Great One Pheasant we have had now on the pheasant grind, and this guy is actually one of my top favourite plumage types. He is the Fabled Obsidian, which is a really unique plumage compared to some of the other Great One Pheasants, and of course we're going to take a close-up look at him while he's alive. We're going to have a close-up look at him on the ground and get to take in all of the amazing details of the Fabled Obsidian. Now, this was one of my first sort of close-up encounters with this guy, actually having him flee past me, and already you could just see the blue sheen on this guy's feathers is insane. Now, again, when I spotted this guy, very similar to when I spotted the Fabled Garnet, which was the first Great One Pheasant that I got, I just saw a slightly larger than normal looking black pheasant walking amongst this flock. But what gave it away as being a Fabled Obsidian rather than like the Garnet was that it appeared to be totally black with almost like tiger stripes on the underside. And you can probably see what I mean. They have like sort of stripes of common feathers amongst all of the blackish blue feathers, which just looks amazing as an effect. It's basically if you took a common pheasant and mixed it with the melanistic plumage. That's kind of what the Obsidian's like, but with some extra colours in there as well. It's not just blue. There are green hues in there as well, which you may be able to see with the light. It was actually really hard to try and get this guy in any kind of decent lighting, and unfortunately, the sun is kind of on the wrong side, but this was kind of the best angles I could get of him. But just an insane looking pheasant, and that's all I think with the Fabled Obsidian is stripes, tiger stripes, because like I said, it's got those stripes of common plumage on the chest, on the underside. It's got stripes on the face, actually in like the red patch around the face, and it's got striped legs, which I feel is a detail that gets really overlooked with this particular plumage type, is the extra details that the other Great One Pheasants don't have. The Fabled Obsidian is kind of like the scarred up version of a Great One Pheasant. Now, they might not exactly be scars that are on the face and the legs, but it's kind of got that badass, sort of beaten up, old look to it. It's something about this particular plumage type, it just, to me, screams old warrior pheasant. And that's one of the reasons I have liked it from the start, because it is different. None of the other Great One Pheasants have striped legs, and they don't have the stripes on the face. It's a completely unique feature to this particular plumage type. And it just looks amazing. Like, you can see the feathers don't extend all the way down the legs onto the feet like they do with the other Great One Pheasants. This guy is completely unique and a very different one, which again is one of the reasons I wanted to get this plumage type. It is absolutely magnificent. And on top of being so unique, it's just stunning. Like, even here where the angle's not the best to see the colours, you can still see the blues, the greens, the oranges. There's so much going on, and with those yellow eyes and that big fluffy crest, this guy just looks amazing. I mean, this is an amazing looking bird. 100%. And I was so excited when I saw that it was a Fabled Obsidian. My top 3 favourites at the moment are the Obsidian, the Ruby, or the Morganite. They kind of, you know, interchange. I really like the Morganite with its sort of more purple colours, but the Ruby's really nice with the pinkish colours, and then the Sapphire is my number 1 top favourite. But I did not know that the obsidian had as much colour in it as it actually does. Because again, very similar situation with the garnet, I haven't been able to find like a lot of really close-up detailed footage of this particular plumage type in, you know, while I've been grinding and watching videos of other people taking them down. So this is really my first chance to get a super, super detailed look. And it was amazing. But as you could probably tell from sort of what I was doing there in the stand, getting the shotgun ready and stuff, we are about to actually take this guy down. Once again, using the 12 gauge, same as with the Fabled Garnet. Now, I did switch to the 22 there because I was going to see if I could get another up close look at him, seeing as he wasn't fleeing. But other members of the flock started to flee, so quickly change over to the shotgun, take a shot, and I wasn't sure how many pellets connected and if that was going to kill him, but I could see the health started to drop, so I wasn't going to risk taking another shot or anything like that. It's dropping a little bit slower than, you know, I would ideally like. I would prefer to just drop him like I did with the Fabled Garnet, but you can see he didn't really even make it to the end of the field before he went down. And now we can take a super, super, super up close, detailed look at this incredible plumage type. I mean, I was just floored. That's why I just stood there. Because getting to see the sun actually properly hitting these feathers, wow. Look at the rainbow of colours, even in those little tiny thin head feathers coming off of the crest. And the blues and the bottle green colour that mix throughout the body with those orange common feathers. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Like, you can probably tell, you know, looking at my channel colours, I love blues. Blues and greens, some of my favourite colours. And just this combination for this pheasant, it is absolutely insane. This is a truly, truly stunning bird. And I was just stood here for a couple of minutes just taking in all of the colours that are in these feathers. And I mean, we just have to take our hats off to the artists on the dev team, because they have outdone themselves with the level of detail and iridescence on the Great One Pheasants. I mean, it is top tier. And it excites me seeing stuff like this. You know, we've got Sundar Patan as a map in the game now, with snow leopards and tigers and stuff. Almost no animal is off the table at this point in terms of things that could be added to the game. Imagine we get a location where there could be peacocks, and you could have, you know, trophy peacocks walking around, maybe Great One peacocks. You know, that would be something really insane. And yes, there are places where they are hunted. You know, normally where they've gone feral, even in like New Zealand you could hunt them. Imagine they add them to Tay with this level of detail in the feathers. I mean, they would be such sought after trophies. But also things like Himalayan monal pheasants, maybe that could be added to Sundar Patan as a backfill. You know, I really think Sundar is missing a bird species like that. So just seeing all this detail makes me excited for other things in the future, as well as just excited in general for this, you know, this incredible trophy. Now, I said we'd take a look at the legs as well and all the little details. Look at the stripes on those legs. Black and white striped legs. Completely unique, like I said, to the Fabled Obsidian. It is so cool the way that they've done this. Basically, like I said, a partial melanistic pheasant with some unique markings on the face and legs. Amazing. Now, again, this is always the moment where I breathe a sigh of relief. We hear the music, we see the medal, we know that everything's definitely gone to plan. But like I said, just what a bird. What a bird. It was a shame that he landed with his face completely covered so that we couldn't really sort of like take a look with the camera mode at the stripes on the face, but hopefully in the inspect screen and stuff you'll be able to see what I mean by those unique markings. It's so cool. And I just love that this is I'd say the most unique out of the Great One Pheasants, Because, yeah, there's, you know, all the different plumage types. We've got the citrine, which is very different. And then the sapphire, you know, if you compare the citrine and the sapphire, they're two completely different looks and, you know, therefore unique. But this guy is unique because he's got features that none of the other Great One Pheasants have. None of them have sort of extra unique features, you know, like markings on the actual face and on the legs. So I really like this particular plumage, and I'm really, really glad that I got to see it in game and that I get to add this guy to my trophy lodge. I told you all I was going to keep grinding pheasants and foxes. You know, there's other stuff that I'm working on, and, you know, a couple of other trophies that I've been going into multiplayer and stuff to get. But especially when multiplayer is either being frustrating or just crashing or anything like that, I'm straight back to single player, straight back to fox and pheasant grinding. And that's pretty much what I spent the entire night doing, mainly fox grinding, if I'm honest. And then this morning came and did another run, and this guy was there. So it was just such a shock when I walked out in the field and he was there. It just, because like I said, I've been doing this all night. I was just like, wait a minute, that's a great one. Like, it just took a second to hit me that I was looking at another Great One Pheasant, because I just really wasn't expecting it, especially after how long of a grind my first grind was for the first Great One, the Fabled Garnet. So it was just so unexpected, and, you know, I never expect to get Great Ones, so in a way they're all unexpected, but especially like when you did a few runs earlier and then you've gone and done something else and then you've come back and then there's a Great One waiting on you, it's always like an extra layer of surprise. Same thing happened with my Great One Fox, you know, the Fabled Peppermint, and it's just a wild, wild feeling. But such a beautiful bird, and I'm so thrilled, and I am going to keep going. My ultimate goal for the Great One Pheasants is a Fabled Sapphire, because, you know, blue, absolutely stunning bird, and I would love to get it. But I'd like to get all of the plumages, you know, they all look amazing, and I wouldn't be disappointed with getting any of them. So, gonna keep going, see what happens. We never know, so just gonna keep going with it. Same with the foxes. You know, maybe later today, a Great One Fox shows up, who knows? And that's what I love about doing these grinds, is you never know what's gonna happen, and what the next amazing moment is gonna be that I get to film, record, and share with you all. But, as my voice is dying, that is going to be it for this video. I really, really hope you have enjoyed it. Sorry for the sort of general lack of content. I have got clips after clips after clips building up full videos for when I'm feeling better. Obviously, I try to put the Great One videos out as soon as possible, but my voice is slowly dying and I really don't feel great right now. So I'm going to end this video here, but thank you so, so much for all your support, patience, well wishes, everything. You're all amazing and I really do appreciate it. Really hope you enjoyed this video, taking a look at the beautiful Fabled Obsidian Great One Pheasant, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.